Welcome to today's ground training. All right, so let's start. Hang tough. Never ever give up, regardless of the adversity. If you are a leader, a fellow who other fellows look to, you have to keep going. Dick Winters. All right, here's the battle plan. We'll start with an emergency procedure. We'll address any questions you guys might have from the week. We'll cover 91.103, and we'll get into a discussion on steep turns and ground reference maneuvers. If you have any questions throughout, just go ahead and chat them out. All right. So let's say you're getting ready to start on your flight. You're running through your checklist, and all of a sudden your engine catches fire during engine startup. Well, what do? Well, we have a checklist for that, the fire during start checklist. We'll continue cranking the key. So imagine you're starting up the engine and the engine catches fire. You crank, and then if the engine starts, you're gonna add power to 1700 RPM. And then let the engine run for a little bit. After a few minutes, you're going to shut down the engine, get out, and inspect for damage. If the engine doesn't start during the procedure, you'll continue cranking for 2 to 3 minutes, go to full throttle, and then grab the fire extinguisher that's usually between our legs, between the pilot and the instructor's legs. Turn off the master switch, turn off the ignition switch, turn off the fuel shut-off valve. Right here, it's in the both position. Turn it all the way to the off position, and then get out of the aircraft, evacuate, and extinguish the flames. All right, so that is the engine fire during start procedure. And if you guys fly with me, you know that we always brief an emergency procedure for the phase of flight. For example, during engine start, we brief the engine fire during start. When we're about to take off, we'll brief an engine failure during takeoff. If we're at altitude, we might brief engine fires, engine failures, electrical failures, whatever could possibly kill us next in that phase of flight. And you want to be proactive about briefing your emergencies. All right, moving on.